Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Memory Hunter, czar of the playbook, and this is College Football Wraparound, where we're going to bring you around the FBS, the FCS, Division II, Division III, NAIA, and JUCO, covering the big games this week. And we're going to get this thing kicked off, give you my thoughts by starting in Blacksburg as Virginia Tech takes on Florida State.
Big game right off the bat. Florida State travels to Blacksburg to take on Virginia Tech. I think the Noles defense will win this ball game by dominating the line of scrimmage. A huge game in the Sun Belt Conference as Louisiana Monroe takes on Arkansas State. Now, Colton Browning's injury makes it tough for the Warhawks. That's why I think Applin and Oku will have a big day for Arkansas State to win this ball game at home. Huge game right here for my alma mater, the Raging Cajuns, as they take on the Florida Gators. Now, they have a shot if they can stop the run, but I think the Gators will be able to frustrate the offense of the Cajuns with that strong defensive line. Louisville is on upset alert this week as they take on Syracuse, but I think they avoid the upset and further stake their claim as serious national title contenders. A very good ball game here in the MAC. You look at Kent State taking on Miami of Ohio. The running game is too strong right now with Archer and Durham. I look for the Golden Flashes to win this ball game versus the Redhawks. This is a big game in the ACC as Georgia Tech travels to North Carolina to take on the Tar Heels. Who has the ball last will be what you should look for, but I think the Yellow Jackets linebackers will be able to slow down Bernard and that running game. Let's move over to the Pac-12 as Arizona State takes on USC. This will be another shootout game, but I take the Trojans' ability to play ball control if needed. I think they can slow the pace down, so I think they knock off Arizona State in this matchup. Colin Klein and Kansas State travels to TCU, a focused ball club here with underappreciated balance on offense. They can actually throw the football. They just don't have to because they run the football so well. Look for K-State to win this ball game versus TCU. Both teams are coming into this ball game after tough losses to Alabama. Now, LSU's passing game caught fire versus Alabama, but look for these guys to run their way to victory versus Mississippi State. Big conference battle here between Fresno State and Nevada. It's been a great year so far for the Bulldogs. Head coach Tim DeRuiter has done a great job. Look for Robbie Rouse, the outstanding running back, to have a huge day versus that Wolfpack defense. Another huge battle in the SEC as Vandy takes on Ole Miss. Jordan Rogers' improved play will be the reason why Vandy wins this game and make it to back-to-back bowl appearances. They can become bowl eligible if they beat the Rebels of Ole Miss. Notre Dame travels to Boston College to take on the Eagles, and I think this will be the game that Everson Golson's passing will have a breakthrough. I think he's going to win this game, throwing the football all over the field versus BC. The Thunderbirds take on the Lumberjacks in this matchup, and I think Northern Arizona will stay atop the Big Sky. Why? Because their defense is quite possibly one of the best in the conference. This is the best game of the weekend right now in the CAA between James Madison and Villanova. Justin Thorpe at quarterback will prove to be too much for the Wildcats to handle, although they will be game throughout the contest. But again, Thorpe is just too much for that Wildcat defense. Armed with one of the best linebackers in the country, Keith Pugh will be all over the football field stopping that rushing attack, but Georgia Southern's defense is much more disruptive and will slow down that Howard offense and win the ball game. I don't think the Panthers will get caught looking ahead to next week when they take on Central Arkansas. I think they go into Southeast Missouri, take care of business, and come away ready for next week's ball game. Running back Dominique Williams leads the Northeast Conference, leading Seahawks versus Holy Cross, and I think they come one game closer to locking up the automatic bid in this conference. I think they knock off the Crusaders. The battle of the Bulldogs here as Butler takes on Drake. The winner takes the automatic bid in the Pioneer Conference, and Butler's defense has played lights out all year long. I'm going with Butler to win this ball game. My upset special of the week takes place in the SWAC between Jackson State and Alabama A&M. I think quarterback Clayton Moore will prove to be the better quarterback in this matchup by throwing for over 300 yards. Big battle right here in the GLIAC as the Greyhounds take on the Blue Knights. And I think, honestly, when you have an outstanding quarterback in Chris Mills, you're going to do a great job. This guy is one of the best quarterbacks in Division II. I like the Greyhounds to win this matchup. Huge battle in the UAA as both teams come in with a 4-5 record. I actually like Chicago to win this ballgame. They have one of the best wide receivers in the country in D. Brizolara, 15 yards to catch 6 touchdowns. Look for the Maroons to win this ballgame and get their first victory in conference. And don't forget to check out the Football Game Plan College Football Now radio show every Tuesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time at blogtalkradio.com/footballgameplan. And also follow me on Twitter at FBallGamePlan.